Welcome back, everybody, and welcome to episode 10 of the Table for Four podcast, milestone episode. Fellas, we have reached double digits.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
We are without Logan tonight, but we do know where he is this time.
He's not
He's
missing.
taking care of some
Being a
family
good big
stuff.
brother,
He's
that's what he's doing.
taking care of some
He is.
family stuff, so we're not gonna dog him tonight. But no, we're all good. But if some of you missed it, last episode we did name a sponsor. So the Table for Four podcast is presented to you by the Flower Shop. For all of your baking, cooking, and dessert needs, call the Flower Shop. Hit them up on Instagram at theflowershop2024. You can also email them at the same thing, theflowershop2024 at gmail.com. That's flower, Flour. Appreciate them for sponsoring. Anyways, fellas, Happy New Year. It's officially
Happy New Year, man.
2025.
Happy New Year, man.
We had fun the other night. We had a lot of fun the
Yeah,
other night.
it was
Yeah.
pretty chill, man. It was nice.
Shout out to Euchre.
It was.
You should get
Yeah.
better.
It was a safe New Year's. I will say that. It was
Hey,
safe.
hey, no
part
disrespect to
about
my teammate, bro. But we should have been whooping y'all ass. We should have been whooping y'all ass.
That's true.
No disrespect, man.
But no, anybody feel any differently now that it's 2025? I damn sure don't.
No, no.
Nah, not at all. This feels like another day. I mean, it is great to get into a new year, but just to know you made another year, you feel me?
Yeah,
Gotta
just
think about it like
it
that.
seems like there's just been so much tragedy already, and it's the second. Like, did y'all see where well, obviously everybody saw what happened in New Orleans yesterday, like around the Sugar Bowl, got canceled, got postponed to today. There was like a hostage situation in Vegas last night. It's crazy, man. Like everybody's always out
Yeah.
to get somebody in this country, and I just don't get it.
Yeah. I feel like that's the day for it, which is crazy. But I mean, like, everyone's celebrating and fireworks popping off and shit like that. So, it's crazy.
Yeah,
Though.
I mean, I guess. Yeah, I just don't understand it, man. Like, I just couldn't imagine like what goes through somebody's mind. Like, obviously, like people that like want to murder people and stuff like that are obviously like sick. You know, like they have a sickness. But, like, I just don't like what could ever like get in your head and be like make you feel like yes, I want to go kill somebody or like yes, I want to like cause harm to that many people. I just couldn't imagine.
World may never
No.
know.
Well, I mean, you just never know what's going through somebody's head. Sorry, I had to turn my fans off. But yeah, you just never know what's going through somebody's head, man. You know, people can go
true.
insane, man. It's a very
That's why you should
possible
always be
thing.
nice to people. You never know what people are going through.
Exactly.
But but shout out everybody. Well, not shout out. Prayers from the Table for Four podcast. Everybody that's going through whatever they're going through right now, especially in New Orleans, man. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But
Tragic.
tragedy for sure.
It-
Terror.
Yeah.
But anyways, semifinals for the college football playoff are set. How do we feel about it? Who do we think's going to win now? Because I think we kind of all like we never really got to do our picks, but we all kind of thought Oregon, right? That's pretty accurate.
I said
No.
No?
we said that the Oregon Ohio State game was basically like the championship game.
That's how I felt. Like that's what I thought.
Yeah.
But I
But
don't know.
did
Penn
say
State
that
looked
Oregon
good
was-
though.
I thought Oregon was gonna be the truth, but I like Ohio State though.
I like Penn State too.
Penn State or Ohio
State
Big
played-
Ten football, apparently.
You said
If
what?
Ohio State goes through the air and throws the ball around like they did yesterday, there's nobody that's
what
going
I
to
said.
stop that.
They don't have
Yeah,
any.
but Penn State's
receiver
pass
not-
rush is crazy.
their receiver is too there, but them is crazy. Like they got some people over there.
Yeah, you're right.
They definitely
I
do.
don't know.
I feel like you win the game up front though. Low key sometimes. There's definitely like a
Don't get me
big
wrong.
advantage
Texas
if you
can
can
play,
win up front. You said what?
Like, Texas can play. Don't get me wrong, but
Oh yeah.
I don't know. It's looking like Big Ten.
It was nice to see Arizona State compete yesterday. I will say that
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
because I mean we watched that game. I was thinking blowout for a while.
Arizona State looked like the only team that actually deserved their bye.
Yeah,
So then-
True.
that is true.
True.
Even though they
It's
lost,
just crazy.
but
Like,
yeah, but still,
but I mean, like me personally, like just being a football fan, like even though there has been blowouts and stuff like that, like yes, I obviously would like to see better games, but I still do like the format of the 12-team playoff, though. I still think it's cool.
yeah,
I just,
I think it's just an unfortunate circumstance this year. I think it's just kind of happening that way. I don't think
yeah.
anything's really benefiting that.
I think
I think the better teams have just played at home and they just win. It's not like people are just not competing.
Some
That's
people are
how I
saying
feel.
just make it an 8,
Make it
Nah,
8.
and then it would start like you would basically instead of getting a home game, you would just playing those bowl games.
yeah, I get you.
Yeah,
Cause
that makes
but like
sense.
the only reason is because like you still will get your like if you have 12 teams like a Boise State like that has to be there because they have to take a group of 5 team. But if you do a 8, then you
Well, they
just take
don't have to take a group of 5 team thing. That's the thing.
huh?
They don't have to take a group of 5 thing. Well, I guess no, they don't have to take a group of 5. Mm-mm.
Wait, so what does it have to be? It's something like that. I thought.
It's the 4 conference champions
Hmm.
and or it's the 4 highest rated conference champions and then the next highest rated. Oh, I'd have to read up on it, but I don't think they have to take a group of 5 school. It's the 4 highest rated conference champions and then you get the bye. And then the next 8 are committee selected. And the thing that happened is the 3 of the conference champions were the highest rated, but Boise was the next highest rated conference champion. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's it,
Okay.
So, like for instance, if Clemson would have been number 4 in the country when they won the ACC, they would have got the bye. Now Boise probably still would have got in, but they would have, but Clemson would have got the bye because they were highest. They were the highest rated team.
yeah, that's it.
So they technically don't have to take a group of 5, but theoretically it probably will always work out where there will be a group of 5 team in there, but it doesn't have to be.
I don't know. I just feel like with 12 teams, like there's no like you're not gonna escape blowouts because it's just a lot of games.
No,
Like
you're not. No, it's
Yeah.
gonna happen.
because there's no way that you can pick the 12 best teams every time out of it because there's so much to choose from.
I wouldn't be opposed. Now, then you take away from like the conference championships meaning anything, which was a big issue with the 4 team because they basically said the conference championships don't mean anything. But like that's the thing. If you take like I wouldn't be opposed to the committee selecting the buys.
The what?
Okay.
The
Selecting the buys.
buys, like the committee
Uh,
selecting the buys. But at the same time, then it's the same problem that they were in with the 4 team. Then the conference championship literally means nothing.
yeah.
But I
You know
feel
what I
like
mean?
I feel like most of the people that win their conference is the highest rated person. Am I wrong? Usually,
True.
right?
Usually, yes. But unless you get a situation like Clemson this year, where they had to win to
True.
get
That's
in,
true.
and they got
That's
in at the
true.
12 spot. But I don't know. I like the thing about college football is like it's not like I don't think there's a right way to do it. Like there's not a solution. It's like you just have to make the best of what you have. Just because there's no divisions, and obviously the Power Five schools are always going to be better than the Group of Five schools, regardless of what you
Yeah.
do. It's never going to change until the end of time. It's never going to change.
Hmm.
I know, like, all right,
I,
let's just all right. So
I think the
just for the sake of a
concept.
conversation,
I was gonna say I
go
think
ahead.
the concept of the playoffs is fine. I don't think they need to shorten it. Maybe the home field advantage thing is too much, but I don't think it really should be too much. I don't
Well,
know.
it's also
But then
hard for us
again,
to say anything about it still too though because it's only the first year. Like
That's
next
what I'm
year,
all right,
all
it's a
saying. You
small
can't.
sample size.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like you can't really be like, oh well, this year was all everybody won at home. Like maybe that's just how it panned out.
I feel like that's why they let the 4 team go for so long, like to test it. You know what I mean?
Mm,
But like, so let's just say, just like for conversation purposes, like we are the college football playoff committee, like just the 3 of us right here. and we're like in our meetings and stuff. Like, how would you like in the perfect world? How would you like to see it set up? Like,
Like the playoffs, you
you
mean?
as a viewer, and you as a college football fan and a committee member, what would be the format that would interest you the most, or how it all works out with seeds, where they play, how they play, when they play? Like, how would you like to see it if it was totally up to us?
I mean,
Mm,
like, like you mean like how like just what would
like
we
what
do?
teams will we
Like,
pick? Is that what you mean
yeah,
there?
like, what-
No, not teams. No, no, no. Like the format. Like how? Like okay. Like how would teams
Like
get
bracket
in?
wise?
No, I'm saying like how would teams get in if it was up to you? How
Oh,
would teams
okay, okay.
qualify? And how would it be set up? And then like where would they play? When would they play? And like your format. Like in the perfect world, what would make you as a viewer the most anxious to watch the games if it was in what set? Like what setup?
well, I would keep the same 12 team setup. I'm not mad at that, but
Yeah.
I think I would choose more off of strength of schedule and like margin of loss instead of just
Hmm.
like like giving Boise State a bye because like even like how Zai was saying like Boise State really didn't play anybody, but at the same time like who is Boise State? Like I mean like
Right.
Yeah.
they're not supposed to be that good anyway, but since they were, I still don't think that should just get them a bye automatically because then you have other teams like like a Texas or someone like that that's playing in the SEC or someone like Penn State that's playing in the Big Ten that's playing against more competition that could have had that bye instead.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm.
What about you, Zai? What would you do? Because I've been thinking about this. I know exactly me personally what I would do.
I think the strength of schedule thing like makes the most sense to me because I feel like based off who you're playing, that makes a lot of sense. And depending on how much you lose or win by, like that should matter. But I agree with Tariq.
Mhm.
Like that's why I didn't say nothing because he just said what I was gonna say.
Yeah. So me personally, this is the way that I would like want it set up. Like if I could have it my way, this is how I'd want to do it. So the SEC, the Big 12, all the Power Fours are broke into divisions. So like the
Okay.
whole conference is broke into divisions. Okay. You have like say you have the Big 12 East and the Big 12 West, just for instance. They play each other once, just like you would in like the AFC North. Play each other once. Whoever wins the division is in the conference championship. Whoever wins the division on the other side is in the conference championship. Winner of that advances to the college football playoff. There's one bye. You get the bye. Because what it'll make you do is now you have beat everybody in the Big 12. You see what I'm saying? Like not like you can't sneak in. Like there you can't sneak into the championship game.
Yeah.
Like there's no way in hell like after Miami played like they did and shit like that. Like there's no way in hell Clemson should have been in the ACC championship. I understand why they were because the way it's set up, but they shouldn't have been, and I think we can all agree with that.
But how though? Because they end up winning it. So how can you say they shouldn't have been there? Though?
That's true. That's true as well. But if you make them,
And wait, hold on real quick.
yeah,
What do you mean with Miami? Because like they were playing horribly. So like I'm saying, how could like
Yeah. Miami
even
played
if
terrible.
it was split up to divisions and Clemson and Miami was in the same division and Miami started falling off towards the end and Clemson end up taking their spot over them in the division, then they would still end up making the championship game if they're on their same side.
right. But if it's like the AFC North, they may need like basically your head to. Okay, let me rephrase this. Your head to head in your conference should matter more
Yeah, but
toward whatever it is.
wait, Mike.
Like for
I
instance,
feel like
let me,
I feel like they already do this though, but they just not split in half. Like they don't split in this in half. Like whoever wins the division is in the playoffs already though, right?
but
Well,
yeah,
yeah,
you're
that's what
right.
I was going to say. Like, are you going to are you going to take both teams that was in the championship game then?
And
Like,
they're
are you
in
just
the
going to
Then you
like,
take
go.
the
and
are you
it's
just
but
going to
I'm
take one?
You
saying, but I'm saying instead of them labeling it as the playoffs, it already is like a designated thing for the playoffs, Mike. So that's what I'm saying. Like they're just not labeling the playoffs, but it is a part of the playoffs already. Is what I mean. That's why
right,
I was
but the part of
questioning you.
Right. Like the part that I'm like, basically what I'm trying to say is that whenever you have the conferences. So for instance, like,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess it kind of goes to a strength of schedule thing, but like I don't think like we'll just stick with the ACC because we were talking about it. Like Miami lost to Syracuse. Well, Syracuse isn't a good example because they were 9-3, but for instance, Georgia. If Georgia would have lost to,
Georgia Tech.
well, I don't want to say that because they're not in the same conference.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
So like a Missouri. Who was the worst team in the SEC?
Yeah,
I don't
probably,
even know.
Missouri.
probably
Missouri.
like Mississippi State, probably.
Or was it
Okay, so we'll
Mississippi
say
State?
Mississippi State. So I feel like, and like I said, it kind of goes off strength of schedule a little bit, but like if Georgia is 11-0 going into the Mississippi State game, last game of the year, just in theory, and they lose that game, I feel like it shouldn't hurt them as much because they've already beat everybody else. Just for instance, like the Steelers still have a chance to win the division this week, and we lost to the fucking Cleveland Browns and Dallas. But the Cleveland loss didn't really end up meaning anything because Cleveland's at the bottom of the division. But our Baltimore win, since we beat Baltimore, means a lot more than the Cleveland loss did. Like the Cleveland loss,
Yeah,
kind
I
of like
get what you're saying.
whatever. You
Yeah,
know
I
what I'm
see.
saying?
Because you could suffer like a
But-
bad loss. You'd be like,
But
just,
isn't that
Oh,
off strength
yeah,
of
that just
schedule?
happened.
Like that's all.
That's
off
what I was
strength.
saying. It kind of is off
Okay,
strength of schedule.
okay.
But
I get what you're saying.
at the same time, like if we're being real, the only reason Alabama didn't get in the playoff is theoretically because their Vanderbilt loss.
Realistically, though, Mike, they weren't that good. They lost to Michigan.
No, they
Like, no
yes, they
disrespect to
did.
Michigan. Like Michigan's great, but I'm saying they weren't that
You
good
also
this
had
year.
they took three other. They took Tennessee, Georgia and Texas. That's three SEC teams right there, though.
I get you.
True.
But so that's what I'm asking
But-
though. Like if you
Yeah,
split
but
it
you
up, into
still
divisions,
lost like
are you
they lost
putting
3
eight-
games, right? 4 games, right?
I don't know how much. Yeah, I think so.
But that's
Like,
what I'm saying.
I
You're
do
gonna let
think you
somebody
should
like that in
have,
the
like-
playoffs?
But why though? I mean, but see, that's what I'm saying with strength of schedule though. If it was 3 losses to three teams ranked inside of the top 5, then and if it was close
Right, which
losses,
the Texas loss was.
I get what you're
That's not-
saying.
and if
Okay,
it's
I
close,
get what you're
yeah.
saying now. No, I was just asking because I didn't
Yeah.
I didn't understand what you meant. But now I get what you mean.
Like I said, it basically bases off of strength of schedule at the end of the day. But I feel like there's a way that they could do strength of schedule and break it down into like key games, kind of.
Yeah, okay. I
I'm
get
saying,
what
like,
you're
this
saying.
is
You're saying more
more,
detailed.
like,
Like you want a more detailed
Yeah, they
version
can
of.
make more must-win
Yeah.
games. Like,
Yeah.
I
So
get
then
what
I'm
you're saying.
but
asking though, so are you putting 8 teams from the Power 4 in there automatically? Because are you taking each team that made the conference championship
Into
and
the
then just
playoffs?
picking the winner to buy?
it depends. It depends because if you do it like the playoffs, like the NFL, like basically, I want it to go off of an NFL scheme because here's what I'm saying: you could have, just for instance, and it'll never happen. It'll never happen. But I'm just saying, theoretically, the Big Ten one year is just competitive as shit, and
This year.
say, yeah, but like more losses though. So say you have 3 teams tied for first place at the top of the Big Ten, and they're all 6-6. Like for instance, then you go back. Okay, Oregon lost to Illinois, but they beat Ohio State. You see what I'm saying? Like I said,
I hear
it
what you're
basically is a
saying.
strength of schedule, but I think there's a better way to do it, like rather than just saying strength of schedule. I feel like if you break it into divisions, then you could rate what is a good win and what isn't a good win easier if it was broken into divisions. Because like I said, you have to win that game. You have to win that game. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, I understand.
Like I said, if I could give you
I understand it
you
now.
a clear cut way to do it, if I could give you a clear cut answer, like I said, there's no perfect way to do it, regardless of how you do it. There isn't a
This
perfect way.
motherfucker Mike trying to make it fucking March Madness for January with football. That nigga trying to have 38 teams in the playoffs. That would be crazy though.
It's different in the
would
NFL
love to
because
see it.
there are so many divisions though.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
Right.
it's not just like
And
it's
also the
AFC,
playoffs is 2 months or
but
like a
then
month.
Each one has 4 teams in it.
Here's my thing, though. Yeah, you're right. With each division having 4 teams in it, yes. But if you think about it, you break the Power Five all in half. There's 8 divisions.
But I'm saying, but there's a lot more teams.
Yeah.
So I'm saying you could have, like, you
Okay,
could have
4
two
divisions
16
in
divisions.
SEC.
and with the way college is set up, like you could have let's say SEC East, and then there's a SEC West, and like Alabama and Georgia is over here, but then like Ole Miss, Tennessee, and Texas, but Tennessee and Texas are both tied, like their records tied, but they didn't play each other. Because I'm
Right.
just saying, just because the way the conference is set up, like would you have to,
You would have to play your
like
division.
you would have to make it to where you play these teams, and then like I guess what I'm trying to say is who do you pick on who they play from the other side of the division?
That's
I'm
yeah. No,
saying.
that's
You're just making the
it's the weeds.
scheduling
That's the gray area.
crazy.
Right.
Because now you
But
change
here
how
is one
college
thing.
football is
Yeah,
played, like, completely.
Here's one thing that I heard on another podcast that I thought was really cool and would be really cool to see. Anytime that a group of 5 school makes it into the college football playoff, they get an automatic bid into the Power 5 conference that's closest to them.
I mean,
Just think about this. Think about, okay, now Boise State can do it. They obviously can get in there, but still, your top recruits are still going to the Ohio States, the Alabamas, the Georgias, right?
mhm.
What if now, okay, Boise State made it here from a or a group of 5 level. Now you put them in a Power 5 conference with more resources, more money, and they get more recruits. Now they could be on a national level for the next 10 years. Obviously, it'll take them a little bit of time to rebuild because they got to work through a bigger, more powerful conference, obviously. But I feel like that would be such an incentive for teams, like for group of 5 teams, to where like could you imagine like Boise State made it and now next year they get to be in the Big Ten because they made the playoffs? You know how cool that would be.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
it
look
would.
at shit on.
Yeah.
Like,
Like, it would set them teams up for failure.
That's what I'm saying though. But then once like okay, yeah, they probably will get shit on the first year, maybe the second year, but then they start building a program a little bit. Like now they're a Power 5 program, they can build. Then they find another like you imagine if Ashton Genty was at Ohio State.
No, I get what
I
you're
understand what
saying.
you're saying, but I'm saying though, still like in the SEC, like Mississippi State, for example, like I
Yeah,
think they were like
exactly.
won like 2 games, but they're still in the SEC. It don't change the fact that
Mhm.
like just because they're in Mississippi
Right.
State and they have more money to
And
put them in the
also,
SEC, it don't make it better.
does the conferences is not just for one sport, right? I'm not tripping, right?
Yeah, it's everything.
It's not. It's not. It's a theory.
Yeah, that's
I
what
was
I'm
just saying in
saying.
theory.
I'm just saying.
Because another thing that you'd have to worry about is what if for the next 12 years you have a group of 5 school and their closest conference is the Big Ten. Now the Big Ten has 25 teams in it. Like it was
Like,
just a theory type of thing.
yeah,
No, I
but
get what
then
you're
like
saying.
the way Zai's saying it, like if you did like a strictly off of football, you moved Boise State to the Big Ten.
You would just
But their
fuck every
basketball
sport
team is
up.
getting 500 every game. Then
Yeah.
like,
They got a bad basketball
Yeah.
organization. They're
and it's
just
just
getting
like it's just
dog
I would
walked.
like it's fortunate, but it's unfortunate that your school was just really good
Exactly.
at football. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody said,
Like I
was
said,
it
was
was
just
it
a
you
theory.
that
Like
told me,
something
Tariq?
I think is possible.
Was it you that told me, Tariq, that somebody was Boise State going to join the Pac-12? Was that you? Did you say that?
yeah, I
Yeah.
think there's a few teams. I forget
That's
who
what I'm
all I
saying.
saw.
So
Yeah.
I mean, they have potential to be
Yeah,
in a good, conference.
but that's what
but-
I'm saying.
Boise State's always been competitive. Like if you pay attention, like they get a bowl game like almost every year.
Yeah.
Like they're
Yeah,
never
yeah,
out there
they're
going like
decent.
this isn't like a fluke.
No, but
Like,
that's what I'm saying.
yeah.
It'd honestly be easier to just make a new conference then
Exactly.
and just be
And
like,
build it up.
like okay, so like how Notre Dame was like independent. Like so
Mhm.
Boise State made it this year, but instead of moving them to a Big Ten, just move them
They
to
go
their own
independent.
Power 5. Yes, but
Mhm.
have them independent until you can get to where
Until they
like,
start adding more teams.
and then each team that makes it every time could join that conference.
Yeah.
I like that. That would be cool. Like I said,
That
obviously
that
we're
would
just-
make more sense.
Yeah,
We're
well,
just-
yeah, but
we're just obviously we're just spitballing here, but I like having these conversations because it's just cool to like think what could be. They just need to make us in charge. Like just let us do what we want.
Hell no. What
it could
the
get
fuck?
out of hand.
What?
I was about to say,
It would get out of hand quick. One
Dude,
of
I
us
would be
would
doing
sleep
crazy
in.
stuff.
One of us would sleep in and shit would hit the fan. It would be over with.
Or we could let that idea fly for Mike right there, and now we ruined the whole NCAA.
See what I'm saying? We fucked it all up.
Like, there might be baseball scores that's people losing 50-1, like that no one has ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah. So let
The
me.
soccer
So
team
since we're
losing
talking
by
about
15.
Big Ten hockey scores, oh, Michigan beats Notre Dame 24-6 in a hockey game. No, but so since we're just talking in theory here, so say we were like the three like the highest officers at the NCAA, and you had to make like NIL like level, or you had to take it away. Well, how would you do it? If you had, like I said, if you had all the power,
Well,
like,
how
you could
would I
whatever
do?
you
What
wanted.
would I do to the NIL thing?
What would you do? Yeah, what would you do with it? Like, how would you manage it and make it like either regulate it or take it all away and take it back?
Are we
to the way it
just
used to be?
speaking for football, or are we speaking in general? Like I'm
I was just
asking.
saying in general because
Okay,
NIL
okay.
is all the same. I mean,
I don't know if they should do a
ways you
limit.
pay,
I think
but-
they should limit it low key. Because I think I'm sorry, bro. Some of these kids is making too much money. I think for their own
That's what.
good.
Okay.
Like
I
that's
feel
why
like it should
that's
be-
why that Tariq said that's why Saban stopped. Or my dad told me that's why Saban
Yeah,
stopped.
that
I
is
think
why it is.
Mhm.
Because it
because
should
you
be
can't
more
control
like
them.
you have to play first. Because like
Yeah,
because now you could pay this quarter like UNLV. You could guarantee this dude all this money. He could come there, play 3 games. You didn't give him his
And then-
money, so
yeah.
now he's done. He's just gonna transfer.
He's
But you
out.
still ended up paying
Yep.
him something, and he barely touched the field, and not because of
Exactly.
injury. He just didn't
Mhm.
touch the field because he didn't want to play because you didn't give them.
But
the
that's what Saban
just-
said. Saban was saying like
Mhm.
this is like he's like basically turning these kids into men. Like a lot of those
Mhm.
people are very like respectful for Saban because of that. Like it wasn't like just about the money or whatever. You know they was probably getting thrown some money. Let's be honest.
Oh yeah.
But like
Yeah, the NIL
yeah,
NIL
exactly.
for the SEC. Just say, listen, NIL for the SEC. All that NIL stands for is now it's legal. That's all it stands for.
But I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying? He was basically like helping these guys turn into men, and you can't really do that if somebody's making millions of dollars off you. Like, it's kind of like a business now. It's not like a program kind of thing.
See,
how
but
I see it.
that's what I'm saying. Because like the reason I would try to put it off a play is because like with the UNLV situation, like okay, like if I'm the third string quarterback, but this dude played these 3 games and then quit, and we're both playing the same position now, and somehow he's getting paid $1 million more than me just for us to both do the same thing to put on the headset every day
Exactly.
and never touch the field.
Yeah.
So now it's just like, what the fuck am I even showing up to practice for then?
Right.
Yeah,
the
I
way
mean, I
I
get
think it should
that.
go. Go ahead, though.
No, I was just saying, yeah, I get that.
So, the way that like if I was in control and like I had to handle the NIL situation, this is what I would do. Every team in America, like, because I would say, for the most part, in Division 1, Division 2, I'll just say Division 1, Division 2, you probably have a budget of about $1 million, at least has a budget of $1 million. Would you say that's probably true? Like to get through the season, like whatever you got to do, like there's $1 million allotted to the football program. or
Probably,
whatever
yeah.
they need. Most
Probably
likely,
close to, yeah.
Okay. So let's say this. Every player, 52-man roster, correct?
Mhm.
Okay. So 52-man roster.
Wait. We're talking about wait. Like
Are we
D1
talking
or
about
something?
D1 or
College
D2?
football?
I was saying, like, I mean, yeah, we'll just
It's a
say
lot
Division
more than
1. We'll just say
52
Division 1.
people, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say D1 because I don't know about
It's
D2.
more than
Does
52 people.
How many you think on in a Division 1 roster?
It's honestly probably close to 100.
yeah, it's probably like 105. Hold on, I'll look it up.
Because I
I
think
thought
they
it was
get
cap.
85.
It's still
I'm
got the
pretty
cap
sure.
on it though, don't it?
What is
I'm
it?
pretty sure
Allotted?
they get 85 scholarships to give out or something. I think.
Hold on. Allotted. Oh wait, amount. Wait, hold on. What is it? Amount of what? Amount of
How many
players.
players are allotted on a
Yeah, let's put
on a
how many.
roster?
Yeah,
Oh, I got it. 105. I told you, 105.
105? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So probably the budget's probably a little bit higher in D1. We'll just go off D1 in general. So it's probably $2 million allotted to the. Let me rephrase. Every Division 1 team in America has at least 1.5 in the bank for NIL right now.
Yeah.
True.
Okay.
Ohio State's got 120, or
Yeah.
20. I mean, 20 million. Okay. 105 players. You get you come to this school regardless. You get $15,000 a year. Where you can get it however you want it. You want it the first semester. You want it 15,000 straight up for the first semester of school. You can use it all year, whatever. You want it broken down into 7,500. You know, each semester. You want it broken down monthly. However you want to get it, you can get it. Okay, 15 grand. That gives you enough. You can spend it on whatever you want. You can either just save it and feed yourself. That's enough money to go buy a decent used car. You may need a couple thousand more dollars to get it. That's going to buy you a decent used car if you want one, but it's level. It's flat. 15 grand is it? If I gave you 15 grand, Tariq, or $7,500 a semester, could you make it?
Yeah, but I was gonna ask you though. Like I'm saying, it's different though. I feel like if you're a walk-on guy, but you
Yeah.
made the roster spot, then I mean, you kind of almost get you're probably giving him a small little piece that he could pay. It's almost like you're just giving him a scholarship now, but instead you're just.
Yeah,
But at
that's
the
fine.
same
There you go.
time,
Okay.
still not really because it depends on where you go, I guess. But all his 15,000 is
Right.
doing is just going back to college.
Right. Okay. So let's say you do your 85. I'm pretty sure you're right. It's 85 scholarships. Give all of them 15,000. Say your budget. We'll just go off of a $2 million budget. That's 1.2 million to your 85 scholarship players. You have another 750,000 that you can break down to your 20 walk-ons, however you want to do it, and give them each $1,000 and save the other 600,000, whatever it is. Now, it goes back to you're on the team, you're getting paid something, you know what it is ahead of time, and your kicker and your quarterback are making the same amount of money. This isn't a salary cap type of thing. This isn't it's money to live on. It's not for you to play with. It's not to see how high we can pay the best player. We're paying you money to live on. You see what I'm saying? Now the whole field's level. Now it's back to okay. If I go to a Division 1 school and I get on scholarship, I'm getting 15 grand, regardless. Now it's back to picking. Okay, what school do I want to go to? See what I'm saying? It levels everything, and it's
Yeah.
back to the way it used to be. Now everybody's making the exact same amount of money, and there's no argument about it.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think some schools make more money than other schools, so I feel like they're gonna end up doing
True.
the Power 5 school or the Power 4 schools get paid more or something like that. I don't know, or
Right.
it could be by
It doesn't even have
conference
to
or
be.
something
It
like
doesn't
that.
have to be 15,000. My thing is, if you want to pay every player on your team $40,000, that's fine.
N-
But I just feel like if you go to a tier it just like they do tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. Tier
mhm.
1 school you get $40,000 a year to play. Tier 2 school you get 30. Tier 3 school you
Yeah.
get 20 or 15 or
Yeah.
whatever it is.
So what I said,
I just feel like I just wanted to get back to level, man. I'm
I
just
like
so
that.
tired because that's what Nick Saban says in his interviews and shit. He's like, whenever you would go to a home visit on a kid, it's like you're not trying to sell them on the program. The first question that's coming out of their mouth and their family's mouth is what's the check look like? I don't like that at all.
no, me and my dad had a conversation about this years ago, and we were talking about the kid should get paid an hourly wage or a salary or something like that, just
Mhm.
to make money. Because I
Yeah,
mean, they're making money for your school, so they should get paid, right? You know what I'm saying?
correct. Yeah, they definitely should get paid. And all of this started because the coaches started getting paid
Yeah.
so much. That's how all this shit started.
But what I'm
When
saying
coaches started
is,
cracking into the double digit millions, then the kids are like, oh, what the fuck?
yeah, I mean, I get it, but at the same time, what I'm
I
saying
do
is,
get that.
I mean, I get it. You're a big player and you're crazy at the game, but aren't you this is your next step before you get to the pros? This was never
Exactly.
the place that you're supposed to be making money. And for the fact of the matter
Exactly.
that you're letting 18, 19-year-olds just hold millions and they don't have to pay for anything, so they're just blowing it on whatever. I just don't think it's a great
Exactly.
idea. In
Yeah,
my opinion,
exactly.
I'm not, no disrespect to 18 or 19 years old, but I'm just saying like you're a little bit immature at that point. Like you're just now becoming an adult. You're getting it down right now. You know what I'm saying? That's a rough time,
Mhm.
in my opinion.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I like the way that Mike's saying tier it though, but I also feel like it should tier player wise though too though.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, that's what I was
get
gonna
a
say.
set amount, like not necessarily that the quarterback should get 40,000 all the time, but I'm saying like if you brought in these 5 stars because they're a 5 star, then maybe they could get to 40,000, and then if you're a 4 star, you get to 30,000. Because like I'm saying,
Yeah,
like the way you said now it's legal. Like whenever they was trying to recruit Reggie Bush and shit like that, I'm sure they was sliding them money in brown paper bags. But like every recruit
yeah,
wasn't getting that treatment, even if it was going to the same
True.
school. But since he was,
Very true.
like, since your name is what your name is, then like you should get the
Mhm.
higher amount. But I'm just saying like it shouldn't be like you get $2 million just
that's why I
because.
was saying. That's why I was
Mhm.
saying. But I understand what Mike's saying. But I think what I was saying is it should be like a salary cap, like basically like an NBA. You know what I'm saying? You have an allotted amount of money
Yeah.
that you can spend on your team, regardless now that the last person's making $10. You see what I'm saying? They don't have to make
Yeah,
Mhm.
money. These kids
yeah,
do not have to get paid because they're not the ones making the
Right.
money if they're the ones on the bench. Like the bench players aren't really making people money. You know what I'm saying? Why can't you just pay your quarterback $150,000 if he's great a year?
Right.
That's okay. Like I would be okay with that because you know what I'm saying? More or less, those people have a lot of eyes on them and people are protecting them and taking care of them because they're knowing they're going to go to the pros. You see what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Well, that's
So
kind of what I was
giving that person more money, allowing them to be on the commercials and all this shit makes more sense to me because they have more people around them
Mhm.
knowing how much money they have. And you can't just allow people that aren't playing to get the same amount as somebody that's playing. You see what I'm saying? That's what
Yeah.
I think
Like
it should be.
I've said this countless times. Like I just wish the NIL was what it originally was supposed to be.
Yeah, exactly. But I knew it
The
was going to get
NIL
out of
was
hand.
literally supposed to be. The NIL literally originally was supposed to be you. Like Zach Frazier was like the first person that I knew that actually got an NIL deal, right? And what he got was he did a commercial. I don't know if I should say this out loud or not. I mean, everybody saw it. I mean, he did a commercial for Green Hills Country Club.
Hmm.
They gave him a membership. That is That is what it was meant to be. That's what that was
Yeah,
meant to be. And
exactly.
just like Garrett Green and all them people, like they did all that shit for Toothman Ford. They got a truck. That is what it was supposed to be.
Like
And then occasionally,
incentives
like if you do a
instead.
commercial or something, right? I mean, like they could give you money,
I was about to say
but
money
like
can still, yeah.
yes, money
But
can still
more or
be a
less
thing, but
incentives too.
you should have to do a service to get
Yeah,
paid
but
for it.
you
Is what
have
I'm
to
saying.
like you're literally like
You
how
have to
like
do
Mike was
something
saying it's
for it.
name, image, likeness. Like you have to sell
Yeah.
yourself first before
Right.
you get something back.
But I think
Like you
I
have to
think
do
the way they
for
got
it.
away with that was they're doing it by playing the game and they're making money off of playing the game. So you see what I'm saying? I kind of think that's
Yeah.
kind of the
Mhm.
back door of the thought process and why people are going against what they're doing. I think that's why.
Yeah,
Because I
they
mean,
could have
real life.
also.
Right.
Because real life, you think about the quarterback from Texas, how much money he made in comparison to Garrett Green. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's kind of the thought process. But I think what Mike's saying is actually like great. Like I would love that. If you want to pay them like that and make sure they are paid, then you can do something like that.
Hmm.
But the NIL deal is
My
not
thing
your
is,
business. The school shouldn't be
yeah, like
involved in the NILs
exactly,
at all.
Yeah.
You should have no access to
exactly.
anybody's NILs. You shouldn't offer
Hmm.
no money. That's not what
Right.
this shit was for. It was for you
It should be a
to be able to
third
make
party. It should be
money.
a third party.
Exactly. You should not. The school
Yeah.
should not be involved at all. I don't know where that came from.
Hmm.
I don't know why that
I don't
started.
either. I don't either. Well, I tell you how it did start. What happened was like you guys have all heard of the Country Roads Trust, like West Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
What happened was is like all the big donors took control of the Country Roads
Yep.
Trust, and they
Mm-hmm.
just started like they started
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
basically like pretty much what it is. Like if you look at it, like it's because they opened up a restaurant, is what it is called the Country. Or it's called something, but it's the Country Roads Trust that owns it. It's basically a huge money laundering scheme. Is almost
Yeah,
what it is. Like
basically
it's
what it
legal.
is. Yeah.
It's legal. It's pretty much they're laundering money to these kids. Basically, is what is happening in a legal way, but
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I don't think
basically
it really is a
laundering the shit
university.
out of people.
But it is though, because it's the
It is,
boosters,
but
and
I'm
the
saying
boosters are
it is,
but
but
no,
it's
but the
still
boosters are the ones that are paying to the schools. The boosters
How many
shouldn't even be
times?
in, but the
Yes.
but
boosters
that's what I'm
shouldn't be
saying though.
involved.
Yes.
The booster is playing for like the football team. Like the dude from the Diamondbacks, I'm pretty sure like he's the top one, and like he pays
Mhm.
towards the football team. So like I'm saying, if that's what he's doing anyway, then what's wrong with him paying the players now instead of just like if he's giving it to the football program anyway, then why can't he just be the one to pay the
But
players? Like he would basically be like a GM.
but I
Like it
think
would
the
turn him into like
boosters is, but I think the boosters is what funds them playing and stuff like that. Like all of
yeah,
the equipment, all that stuff. The school, I don't think the school usually paid for that stuff. It was from the boosters, was paid for like the trips and all the hotels
Yeah.
and all that. Because that shit
And
is
like state, like
expensive, bro. You know what I'm, that
like
shit
they
is
get state
expensive.
funding. Like
Exactly.
they get
And
some
then you're
state funding for that
allowing
stuff
people
too.
just
But
to hand people money. I mean, you can hand people money without even doing it or calling it an NIL deal. They've been doing that.
Mhm.
But
yeah, yeah. But I think that's
why is
why
it labeled?
they might have just did that just so that way you could now actually do it. Like even though
Right.
they're saying that name, image, likeness is this is what it's supposed to be. The reason that NCAA is like it's getting out of control, but and all that, but like the reason that they really haven't been in a rush to stop it because how do we know that's not what they were just trying to do in the first place? They just had to call it something to now make it.
That's
right,
true.
I do see what you're saying. But like, so what do you do? Because like my thing is like the reason I think it should be like all a third party, like you do a service, you get something, or you get paid. Like if Louis Vuitton, for instance, wants Travis Hunter to do a commercial for them to advertise, and they want to pay Travis Hunter $3 million to do a
Yeah,
commercial every 6
exactly.
months for him, totally fine. Whatever. That's totally fine with me. But somebody just coming up to Travis Hunter and saying, "Here, your name's Travis Hunter. Here's $3 million for your NIL deal for doing literally nothing other than playing football." Like, not. It's not like it.
I was gonna
I don't
say because
know.
now
I don't
that's a
know.
bad way
I
to
don't
say
know.
it
It just.
because just the way that his name is Patty Mahomes in the NFL. Now I know he's doing this professionally, but that's literally why he's getting handed that much money because he's playing football.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I get that
But
he's a
Yeah, but
pro.
it's
I
a
get that
joke.
he's a pro.
Yeah.
I get that he's a pro, but I'm saying the way you just said it seemed like you was
this is
like
my
you couldn't
thing.
just hand someone $3 million just because he plays football. But I mean that's what's
Like
being
here's
shown.
my thing. Patrick Mahomes gets paid that because Patrick Mahomes is good and it's his job. My thing is like Travis Hunter shouldn't be getting paid that from just some random shit just because he's playing football while he's in college. Like like college, like academics means shit anymore. Not that I want it to. Like I never gave a shit about academics when I was in school, but I feel like you shouldn't be getting paid this because of how good you are in college. Like that's why you go to the fucking NFL is to get paid to do what you were good
Exactly.
at in
That's what I
college.
was
I
gonna
get what
say.
you're saying,
What I was
but like
gonna
he's
say
still a
is,
Heisman Trophy winner though.
I get that, but what I'm saying is
So I
college
mean he's
football.
automatically getting drafted.
But what I'm saying is right now, college
Wait till you get to
football
the
is
NFL to get paid,
literally
is what I'm saying.
college football is now becoming a professional sport because money is
College
involved.
sports are now becoming professional sports. All of them.
Exactly. Like
Yeah,
that's not what it's supposed to be though.
yeah.
No.
You see what I'm saying? Like now you're paying these people more money than they've ever seen. I get it. They're making that money. I get it. But what about all the people before that that have made way more money for their school than these people ever will, that are getting paid
Right.
way less than them? It was never about
Like,
that. I get it. They
let me
should have
ask you
been getting
this.
paid, but I'm just saying I don't think these kids should get paid at all for stuff like that. I understand the commercials. You should be allowed to do commercials.
Mhm.
But boosters shouldn't be able to hand you money. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
I get
just
what you're
don't
saying.
think that's okay because you could literally just build a fucking super team. Like you
Yeah,
don't.
if you have the amount of money.
Exactly. It doesn't matter. Like you can just build like any school. They could just go to any random school. Let's just say 3 random billionaires just want to have fun. They're like football, and are like, okay, let's just go to Jackson State and put $200 million in it and fucking buy the best team. They can do that. That's
Everybody.
not okay.
Yeah.
That's not okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying though. It still hasn't happened yet.
But I'm saying
It's
the
only been going.
potential of it.
If they don't get a handle, they will.
Exactly, it's gonna
It
get
will happen.
worse.
But I'm saying it's more. I feel like okay, like I get that someone could do that, but I'm still saying like I feel like it's helping that from being a super team anyway. Like before, when you couldn't pay, then like I'm still saying they shouldn't get paid in a crazy amount of money. But before, when you couldn't pay, Alabama was still always a super team. So now,
Because they recruit
Because
guys
yeah,
and develop
exactly.
them.
but I'm
Exactly.
saying, how do we know what was going on behind the scenes? But then
They
I'm
were
saying,
paying them, bro.
but that's what I'm saying though. But I'm saying now that it's openly and you know that you're going to get paid wherever you go, it's now making it's making it more competitive.
Yeah, in a way it is, but like, so let me ask you this: like, okay,
I'm just
so
saying the
say
amount of
for
money
some
is
reason,
That's what
crazy.
I'm saying. No, I don't think they should
Yeah.
get paid that certain like that
Yeah, I
amount. But I'm
think
not
the
saying
amount of
they
money
should
is just
get paid.
insane.
So let me ask you this: like, and Tariq, you play football, and I think I already know what your answer is going to be. Like, okay, if they don't get a handle on this eventually, which they will, but let's say theoretically 10 years down the road, like, people are going to start to figure this shit out, and big
Mhm.
alums like you know who you're going to start seeing be really fucking good at football is teams like fucking Harvard and
That's
Yale
what
and
I'm
shit like that because they
saying.
have
Yeah, that's what it's saying.
nine. You know what I mean? So here's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Let
but
me
hold
ask you
on though.
this.
At the same time though, a school like Yale, you would still have to be smart enough to get into Yale. Like you couldn't just go there and
True.
just be like, I'm
True.
I'm a 5-star. I'm
Derrick Rose
going
is
to
a
Yale.
perfect example, bro.
Huh?
Derrick Rose is a perfect example. Any means necessary, they'll get them people there to make money, bro. It's a business.
Wait, where
They
Derrick Rose
don't
go?
care. Derrick Rose like failed a test or something, and somebody took it for him, and he ended up in Memphis. Somebody took
But
his
like, okay,
test,
so
like it was
Yeah,
like
but
a
I'm saying
SEC or some shit. But I'm saying that
I'm
is
saying
literally
if a
illegal,
Memphis
Tariq. They
I'm
don't
saying, but that
care.
yeah, when he went to a Memphis. I'm saying if you do that to
I
try to
get
go
you.
to Harvard, they're gonna find that out. Like they're not gonna be like, oh well, because it's Harvard. The way they're like, I feel like it
Yeah.
would just look so horrible on Harvard.
here's my thing though, if it does happen and they get a couple guys that do get into the school or whatever, their football team becomes relevant. They're on TV and shit. How much money does
Exactly.
that bring for the how much money does that bring for the university? Then all of a sudden the everybody at the top of the university is like, maybe we will let that kid get in with even though his ACT score was only 19, but hell, we might win a national championship. All of a sudden, we
No,
got
he's
money coming in
right
like
though,
free.
Yeah,
Who
Tariq.
he
gives
is
a
right.
fuck?
He is right. But I'm saying, how much is it to go to Harvard? Like I'm saying, they're already making their money regardless. Are they? They wouldn't be
Yeah,
Harvard
but
still.
it's not.
True.
That's not.
That's
But
true.
like,
Not the
I
money that
get it. But you gotta
ESPN
look.
gives
Yeah,
That
you.
yeah,
is
yeah.
true.
You gotta look
It's
at it. You
true.
gotta
Gives you.
look at it as a business, not even as the school. Like, don't even
Yeah.
think about what the school makes
Dude,
now.
I
Just
get
think
what you're
about what
saying.
they
Like
could
they
make.
play basketball on TV all the time.
Yeah, like when Curry was there, they was making a lot of money. You see what I'm saying? Because
He
he
was
was
at
on TV.
Davidson, but yes, I know what you're
I'm
Oh, my
saying.
fault. Not Curry. Not Curry.
saying,
Okay. There was a white boy, right, or some shit. I think my fault.
So okay, but what I was gonna say about football was though is like, and I want your opinion on this too because you play, and like I said, I already think I know what your answer is gonna be. But say 10 years down the road, we still don't have a handle on this on a NIL shit, and it's already out of control. Could you imagine if they don't get a handle on it, what it looks like in 10 years? You're gonna have guys literally making, you're gonna have guys making
Exactly.
rookie like NFL rookie contracts in
yeah,
college, basically.
Shit,
So
maybe more.
how
honestly.
yeah, literally. How much of an incentive is it to still make it to the league at that point? Because here's my thing. Say you come in as a 5-star freshman and you make, let's just say you make $10 million a year for 4 straight years. That's $40 million. Do you even want to go to the league at that point and beat the shit out of your body when you have $40 million that you're sitting on and you could live for the rest of your life and not work a fucking day in your life? Don't get me wrong. I know it's still the NFL, and if you love football, it's still your dream. But at the same time, like, will the incentive still be the same to go get drafted? Like, it's got to deplete a
Yes,
little bit.
yes, but I'll tell you why though. Well, this is what I feel like. Like, cause like there's people that went to to the NFL that got that $40 million that are now broke. Like, so I'm saying, if you're getting all this
Yeah.
money, if you're getting all that money, then you're paying someone that is a Travis Hunter or someone that's going to go get a contract. But like, cause so
Right.
that way, so like I'm saying, so he's not even going to finish school anyway, unless he wants to go
Hmm.
back. But so if you just give this $40 million and I was just playing, but I didn't really like I didn't pay attention in school or whatever, they don't get the degree. Then like it's gonna be harder for them to just go out and find a job whenever, like, cause they're not actually just
Right.
gonna be able to sit on that 40 million. Like it would last for a little bit,
Right.
but At some point,
My
But I mean,
my
even if they live, so say you get out of college at 22 and you live to be 82. So say 82 divided by 40. I make sure
No,
I put
you
enough
could
zeros
definitely
here.
live off of 40 million for the
no,
rest of
you
your
million.
could.
life, but you're not gonna
Wait, hold
be
on.
financially sound enough to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Actually smart enough, you mean?
Financially sound, financially smart, same thing. Yeah, that's what I meant by
Are
it. Yeah.
you saying, I'm saying, are you meaning like, no, I'm not dogging you for saying what you said.
No,
I'm
you're
I'm
good.
asking
You're
if you
good.
mean, do you mean
It's
like you're
literally
not
like
going to be
means the
smart enough
same
to
thing.
save that money?
Yeah, yeah,
So you're
yeah.
not going to be smart.
It's
Okay.
I'm literally
Okay.
saying the same thing as you. I just said a different word. Just
Yeah.
saying the
So
same thing.
if you made 65, 40
But no, what I was
million
saying
divided by
is
65. So if you live to be 87
I
years
think a
old,
lot of people love the
if you
game.
made right, if you made $40 million in college, and just say you sat on it, obviously you're not going to. Let's just say you did, and you divided it by the next 65 years of your life. So basically, you live to be 87 years old. You would be making, like, if you paid yourself yearly, you make $615,384 a year.
Yeah, like you're making a lot of money.
Money. You could live on that for the rest of your life easily if
Yeah,
you
but you're
like
probably
you
not
said,
gonna
if
be
you were
smart
smart with
enough.
it.
yeah, it just depends on who has that money.
Exactly.
Mhm.
But what I was saying, Mike, not a lot of people are going to the league. Like even the people that are getting paid still love the game. You know what I'm saying? They
Yeah,
still love the game.
Right.
So they're
that's what I
still
was
gonna
saying.
go
That's
to the
what I was.
league. Like that's college is not the end point for them people. Like none of them people, like most
Right.
of them
And I
people are
feel
not
that.
like, nah, I'm not gonna go to the league because I made 40 million. Why would I not go make 300 million more? You know what I'm saying? Like why wouldn't I?
Right.
Doing what I
And
love. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
doing
what
what
I
I
was saying.
love, like why wouldn't I? You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was saying whenever I was saying Travis Hunter. I feel like even though you're giving him this $3 million and shit, plus not
Yeah.
only did he win the Heisman, so I'm saying no, we don't know if he's gonna succeed in the NFL. But like he loves the game so much that I'm sure like he will find a way to succeed in the NFL.
Right.
Yeah. But I'll say,
I just
Mike,
wondered. I
you
just
are
wondered
right. You
because,
are
I
right.
mean, like,
Some
Yeah, I
people
get what you're
will
saying.
probably do that. Some people will probably do that.
because like
You
what I
know?
think about on that is like I know y'all don't like follow golf that heavy, but I know Tariq knows, like, with the live golf situation, like how live and PGA Tour and all that shit. Like, I'll kind of give you a rundown. Basically, what happened is the PGA Tour split, and these guys went to, like, somebody created like a rival league to the PGA Tour. It's called Live Golf, and it's
Okay.
backed by the Saudi Arabias. It's backed by Saudis, which
Okay.
they have
A lot of
all the
money.
oil money. Like they
Yeah,
literally
yeah,
have
yeah,
a
yeah.
like some amount. Like they're paying guys like almost $1 billion just to come play on the tour.
That is
Like
crazy.
straight up, boom, boom, boom. Here's like the
That
highest
is
contract was like
insanity.
The biggest one was like $780 million just to play, like just to come play.
That is ridiculous.
So what I'm saying, but the thing was, once they left, the PGA Tour said they couldn't come back to the PGA Tour. So now they got that money, and then obviously, like if they win tournaments over there, like it's still like you still get paid to win. Like everybody
Yeah.
makes money every week. Where the PGA Tour, you have a cut. You don't. Not everybody gets paid every week. The live events, everybody
Mm,
gets paid. The winner will win like $7 million if they win, and then all the way down to like the guy that finishes last is still clearing like $75,000 to finish last every week.
that is
So here's what I'm getting
crazy.
at. It's nuts. It's fucking nuts, dude. Like they literally have just an endless amount of money just to throw wherever. They got the oil money. Saudis are
Yeah.
known for the oil. It's ruthless money.
Yeah, I get
But
you.
what I'm getting at is the reason I asked about like do you still think people will be intrigued to go to the NFL is because like these guys that were like the absolute best golfers in the world on the PGA Tour, like Dustin Johnson, I'm sure you've heard of Dustin Johnson, John Rahm, like guys like that have went to the Live Tour, and now since they have so much dough, like they're literally the next 5 generations after them are set for life. They like they play 4 tournaments a year where everybody's together. A Live guy has won one of them, and a Live guy has finished in the top 5 in 2 of them. They're not. There's no incentive to be any good anymore. You
But
know what I'm
see,
saying?
I feel like that's their fault. Because I mean, if I'm gonna get $700 million more if I win this tournament, then I feel like that's on you. Like if you,
Yeah.
why not keep pushing for more money? Like I just feel like, but I feel
Yeah,
like it depends on the person though. That's what I mean.
but like it's like there's basically only one person that's like still playing good golf, and it's DeChambeau. he's like the only person that's been. Now, granted, now golf's a finicky ass game. Like some of these dudes could just be in a slump, but like
Yeah.
from an outsider's
Yeah.
point of view that like just pays attention to golf, all come together and play in a tournament. It looks bad. Like the live guys do not compete well at all.
Hmm.
And it just part of me like a lot of me just wonders like how hard are they really practicing and shit? Because like on the PGA tour, like if you don't win or you don't make the cut, you don't get paid at all.
But that's what
At
I'm
all
saying.
whatsoever.
That's the same thing with college football or college sports in general. You have to compete harder if you're not getting paid as much.
Yeah.
Right.
Wait, Mike. So let me ask you then. Like, how many do they play as often as the PGA Tour?
They don't play as often, but they play like I want to say it's like every other week from like the 1st of May until September. I'm pretty sure is what it is.
I was
That's what I'm
wondering.
saying. They're playing less. Like they're playing less
Yeah.
golf, and like I said, like it appears that they're not like practicing that much. Which like, I mean, because like literally the money that they're getting. Like I talked to you about this like whenever John Rahm signed. Like the money that they are making is literally like their kids are like will not have to work a day in their life.
Yeah, I know it's
You know,
ridiculous.
if they don't choose to.
Yeah.
Like it's literally insane.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what made me ask about like the NFL. Because like the dream in golf is obviously you want to win a Grand Slam. You want to win all the majors. You want to win the Masters, the PGA, the British Open, and the US Open. Like that's the goal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the reason Tiger was so damn good is because he had to work his ass off to get that good. And then once he started seeing that money come in, it just made him want to work harder to win more, to make more money. These guys are getting fucking paid just to show up and play.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, it's absurd, dude. I mean, it is absurd. I'll read you a couple of these contracts. Like it's it's fucking insane.
yeah, I mean, when it
My
comes to the like
biggest
college stuff, is just yeah, I think they should get paid, but I don't think they should get paid that much. I was just thinking about that again, bro, because it
Yeah,
kind
this
of is the
shouldn't
same
be.
thing. It's kind of the same thing as what he's saying. That's why I'm bringing it back up. Like they kind
Okay,
of
but
don't
see, that's what I
compete as
mean
much.
though.
I don't think.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like unless we ever see it get to that point, then I still feel like the NFL, you're still gonna want to go regardless. Because I mean,
Exactly.
like I'm saying, if Travis Hunter, like if they only get like, let's say his whole college career, he just made 10 million. 10
Yeah.
million is a whole
right.
like it's a lot less than 40 million. So I mean, like
Yeah.
with
That
his
is
$10
true.
million, like I feel like you're gonna actually have to do something else at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Hold on, I'm trying to find it.
All good, Mike.
Fuck. And like kind of like back to the golf thing, like what like me and like my like golf friends, like what we were all hoping was is like now that they were getting paid to play, whenever they would go over there and play, they would like do some crazy shit. Like you got water in front of you, like try to hit like driver off the deck, you know, 310 yards over water into the wind. Like just try to do some crazy shit, but it's not. It's the most brutal thing to watch like in the world to watch them play. It's so boring.
So let me ask
But
you, are they playing? So they are playing over there though, like they're playing in Saudi Arabia.
no. Like they have a tournament at the Greenbrier every year.
Oh,
Liv
okay,
does.
Hmm.
okay.
Yeah, like
I
it's
didn't
in
know
it.
if
Like
they're playing.
some of them are overseas, but some of them are in the states too. Let's see here. So the guy who finished last for the season on the Live Tour, he cleared $6 million last year. He finished last, like in the season long, like type of race or whatever. He finished last and cleared $6 million. That's not like what they paid him to come play. Like they paid him. Let me see what his deal was. His deal was 94 million to come play, and he cleared 6 more million last year to finish last on the fucking tour.
Okay, wait. So is this just
He's
upfront
made
money?
he's made 100. Yes, they're giving them up like John Rahm. Like I was a little off with what they were, like what the contracts were, but they gave him $300 million just to come play on this thing.
Oh, so like it's not even like you have to play for this certain amount of time. Like it's just $3 million, and all you have.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, they couldn't go back to the PGA Tour. That's the biggest thing. So they're
Yeah, I
kind of
get it.
stuck. Like that's kind of the issue. But $300 million just to come play. Like he doesn't. He could like. He could die tomorrow, and his wife's going to benefit all of
Yeah.
that money, and it'll never be talked about again. Like, and like I said, the guy that finished last was paid $94 million to come play, and still made $6 million last year to finish completely dead last.
How much people is there?
That's crazy.
I forget.
I'm just wondering because
He made 100 million.
They really are just throwing money around. Like if it's
100 million
Yeah.
finished last.
if there's 100 people over there playing and $6 million for last
Yeah,
place,
but like if it was like 15 of them, I could get
yeah,
it. Maybe.
okay, well, like
There was 54.
that's ridiculous.
Damn! Damn!
They're
What
trying
was
to get
first
more.
place?
Trying to get more.
Yeah, what was first place?
What was first place? Better be $1 billion. Cause goddamn, sixth place got 6 mil. Or last place got 6
I
mil.
want to say 54th place got 6 mil. Like what?
Like, what's the positive? Like, what? Did they all get 6 mil just for participating? You know what I'm saying?
Well, he did. Everybody else got more than him.
No, you got to think about it like this though. The guy who finished last accumulated $6 million like whole season.
Over the
Like, he didn't
time.
like for the season, and he finished last like in
But
the season.
what I'm
long.
saying is though, what is first? Like, what did first make?
So-
Yeah, like
it's team championship. So so the first place winner in the season long race got 12 million. First place winner. That's for winning that's for winning the whole thing. Like that's season long.
Okay.
No, I take it back. No, I'm wrong. That's for winning like the championship was 12 million.
Oh, so that was just one
That's
match.
up
Oh,
Like, it's 12 years
shit.
for one match.
Yes, that's one. Yeah. And then it's like they have like a team component too, and the team got paid out 14 million to split 4 ways.
Yeah, all right,
$1
bro.
million just to win is crazy weird.
It's ridiculous.
Nigga, 6 million to lose.
It's crazy.
The guy who finished last like in that particular tournament, $75,000.
See, the fact
That's
that I now
crazy
know,
as
like
fuck.
if I'm him and I'm 54th and I won 6 million,
I don't even
I
care.
am just gonna be out there trying shit. Like,
Yeah, why
That's what
not?
I'm saying.
Like, you
I
don't
might just
lose.
throw
But
around
at the
my
same
foot. Like, I don't even need the golf bag. Just bring me a
Right.
ball.
Bring me the putter. I'm just gonna play with the putter the whole time.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying it's giving these guys a lot less incentive to be any goddamn good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as they just keep showing up every week, they're cashing a check. And like I said, like me as a golf fan, like I love golf and I love watching golf. I love everything about golf. It sucks for like as a viewer and a fan of the game, like where it's headed. Like it's not in a good spot. But now if they all come back together and start playing again, where like there is an incentive to win golf tournaments again, then I'll be cool with it.
Yeah, that's it. No.
But right
One
now
thing
it's
I'll
not.
say-
It's not good.
Because I know we got to this from the NCAA thing. At least that's not what we're seeing yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. I feel like you can't not try in football though.
Yeah, because I mean, like, because you actually, if you go out there and you're just trying to go through the motions, you'll actually get like you
Die.
can get paralyzed. Yeah, like you could die for real. Like
Yeah.
you could, like you could literally die.
Yeah.
So,
But I don't know, man. Anyways, quick shout out to the sponsor, The Flower Shop. Whenever you want to sit down and watch one of these blowouts of a college football playoff game, order you some cookies from The Flower Shop so you have something to snack on, because it'll be the highlight of the night, because the game damn sure won't be.
Thanks.
The Flower Shop on Instagram at The Flower Shop 2024. Email them for all inquiries. The Flower Shop 2024 at gmail.com. God, these cookies on the screen look incredible, don't they?
They do look good, bro.
Maybe get you a cake. Cookies. A scone.
go.
Can't forget it.
What about a what's the one thing's called? They're like they have like cream in the middle of them. A
Huh?
A donut?
no.
A churro? A crepe? I don't know.
No. You used to be able to get them
A
from
Swiss
Country Club
roll?
Bakery all the time.
Oh,
No.
I don't know.
It's like
A
white
Twinkie?
breading. A
I
what?
don't know.
I said a Twinkie. I was just messing around. I don't know what else there
No,
is.
similar. It kind of looks like a Twinkie. Hold on.
I don't know. Go get your
I
puff
gotta figure out
pastries.
what these are called.
Facts. Order your all your baking needs from the flower shop.
Yes.
As Mike
But
tries
I
to
forgot
find
what
us the
these are called. It's
picture,
gonna drive me crazy.
I was gonna say, what are you even
we
gonna
just
put?
want to see the picture.
A white baked good with cream in the middle? What are you gonna put? I don't.
I don't know what he's
Like,
It's
talking about.
these cream horns. Cream horns.
oh, I know
These.
what
Yeah,
you're talking
it's okay.
Maybe you could get a cream horn from the flower shop.
This motherfucker.
No, but shout
Oh,
out to the flower
shit.
shop, making everything possible for the Table for Four podcast. I think it's time, fellas.
What time
It's
is
time,
it?
Zai.
What's that segment called?
Hot takes. Hot takes is a segment where we all have a hot take, and you're gonna get made fun of for your hot take, or you'll get agreed with. Listen closely, as Zaire gives his hot take.
Hmm. I think okay, listen. I think recently, in my opinion, I think the NBA finals or like the NBA playoffs has been more interesting than March Madness in the last couple years.
It's bold.
I'll tell
That's
you.
bold. I
Yeah,
will
that
give
is
you.
bold.
I will give you this. I'll give you this. The Final Four, if you will, has probably been better in the NBA playoffs than it has in March
Then
Madness.
both
Like the whole
conference
tournament.
championships?
No, that's what he's
No, I'm
saying.
saying-
He's saying the conference championships are better than the Final Four.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying. Okay, I was confused.
Whole
My fault.
tournament.
Yeah,
Bro. The whole tournament, like a 16 beats a 1 every time.
that's what I was gonna say. I
Every
feel like
year.
there's always a Cinderella story. In the NBA, there's really never like. It's more like
Sometimes though.
there is, but I just feel like seeing that and actually like making a bracket and trying to follow it and like it just gets busted because the best team that was supposed to be playing.
Yeah,
lost.
no, I get you on like I used to love watching March Madness, but it's like I said in the last couple years. I'm not saying all the time. I'm just saying
Yeah,
like last couple
right.
years is like hasn't been as interesting as the finals have been or like the playoffs have been in the NBA.
Yeah, I mean, I could give
Because I
you
think
that.
a lot of the
I
I
could-
think
I-
a lot
I
of the
could give
games
you
are like
that, but-
really tight. Like a lot of the series are decently tight in the NBA or something. Like you know what I mean? I think it's a
But
little
that's
bit
how
more
I feel with March
competition.
Madness. Like I feel like every game comes down to a buzzer. At least
Like
most of them.
my thing about like March Madness though, like my thing why I think March Madness is still a little bit better is just because like you said, like there isn't really like there can be Cinderellas in the NBA, but there really can't. If you were good in like if you're an NBA professional organization, you're in the playoffs, you have a chance to win it regardless if you're an 8 seed or if you're a 1 seed. Like theoretically, the 16 seed always makes it to the like at least the Sweet 16 in the March Madness and has absolutely no business being.
Yeah, like you've never even heard of this school before. Like you have to
Yeah, I
look
agree.
up where
But
the
I do
school is
agree, though.
located and all type of things.
You know, the
But
finals,
I'm saying-
the finals have been better though. I will say that.
I'm just saying as of recent years. I'm not saying all the time. Like because
Yeah,
like
yeah, I'm saying, I get what you're
yeah.
saying. Like, yeah,
Yeah, I'm following you.
okay, I was just
Yeah, that's a good take.
I thought
That is a good take though.
that was a good take.
Yeah, that is a good one. Go ahead, Rick.
I don't know. My take is just I think you should get better at cards, man.
No fucking way,
I think you should get your grades up.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
I understand it now.
He said, I understand it now.
My bad, bro.
Hey, Mike, I ain't gonna lie, Mike. You was on bullshit. Tariq snitched on you. You was Come on, man.
We get reneged like 4 times. When me and you,
Come
when me
on,
and you
man.
and him engaged, you reneged like 4 times. And I just kept looking at you like don't even say anything.
Learning
Just
the
let it rock.
rules. Just learning the rules.
Let it
Learning the
roll.
rules, man.
Shit, I got it down pretty quick. I don't know. Hey, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, Mike. I give you the benefit of the doubt. Some drinks was being
Yeah,
drank.
a couple things in the some drinks were being drank.
Some drinks were
That's
being
for
drank.
damn sure.
Not by me though.
No, I think
You know
I
what I'm saying?
did have a good point yesterday though. That is not a game that you can learn or try to play effectively while you really drunk.
That is true.
Yeah, I get you.
Because there's a
It
lot
is
of
kind
thought
of
that goes into
confusing.
it. Poker, like I feel like poker, you could play it drunk because poker, like you're looking for four things really: straights, pairs, four of a kind, and flushes. That's
Yeah,
pretty much like all that you're really looking for in poker.
it's just a
Yeah, but
lot
you
easier
also
to
reading
confuse.
people too.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to get confused than
Yeah.
euchre. I feel like though is what happens.
Right.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
it also is different because like you're not necessarily playing with your partner, but like you're playing with your partner at the same time.
Yeah,
Like because your
Yeah.
partner, you can hold your partner. Like you can
yeah.
lose the game
Oh
if
yeah,
you
we
do.
know.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
so I
Yeah.
feel
I've
like
seen
that
it
makes it
happen.
harder too, though. Especially with
Yeah,
like the
like
Yeah.
jack. Like the
yeah, the
jacks can get
jacks are
confusing.
confusing. I always know like the offsuit
Mm.
when like at this point like I kind of just understand it. Like if it's spades, then the club is always just a spade now.
Yeah, and you
You
should
kind
just
of
put
just
it with
gotta
your
remember
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Since we are on the topic of poker, anybody that wants to join our poker game, comment, subscribe, and comment poker, all capital letters, on any of the last 3 videos, and we will put you on a poker table. Date and time to be confirmed. Taking 4 people, $20 buy-in. Pay the first 2 spots. Tournament style poker. Anybody that's interested. All right, man. And I know y'all are gonna hate on me for this one.
Oh, here we go.
When you're driving, listening to podcasts is more enjoyable than listening to music.
I just feel like that depends on the person, but
Yeah.
like me personally, I'm picking music. I'm not gonna lie, because sometimes I really can just be like I can start to vibe like
Yeah.
rocking out, like almost crash my whip music, like. But then there's other times though where I just
What
want
the
to be
fuck?
chilling, so, like I'm playing some soother, like just chilling. But it depends on my vibe that day. That's what I mean.
Have you ever listened to a podcast while you're driving, other than ours?
I've listened to a few before, yeah.
Wait.
Once you find a podcast that you like, it's kind of like it's almost like when you read a like I don't read books, but like that feeling of like when you do read a good book. Like
It is
Well, I
kind of
think
like
you
a book
say
though.
you don't read.
I used to read books like in school.
Okay.
Like there were some books that we read in school that like used to interest me.
Okay.
Some, very few, but some. But
I'm
that's my
more
thing.
I'm more like to
Wait.
hear a podcast when I'm chilling.
This man.
You got a crazy look on your face. What's up?
Why the fuck did you say that? I'm cause
Oh, you're still worried about that?
he
just
said
saying, like, when you're
crash
chilling,
my
like-
car music. What the fuck are you listening to? Huh?
No, it's not actually.
What
I'm
the
just saying,
fuck are
like,
you
when I'm
talking
chilling,
about? Some
like, I'm just
crazy
listening to
shit.
music, bro. It's not
Crash
about what
my
I'm listening
car?
to. It's just depending on how much I'm vibing to it. Like I be dancing and shit in the
I
car.
need you
I'm
to
saying, like,
elaborate, bro. I need to understand what you mean by that.
I'm saying like I'll be dancing or something, and like could sometimes take my hand off the wheel and like.
Wow, this motherfucker
Oh, you
is
should-
dangerous. What are we talking about?
Bro, if I'm on a straightaway, my car is not just gonna turn.
I get that, but I'm saying like, why would you do that? This nigga over here dancing while you're driving. What are you gonna do if a deer come out in the middle of you?
It's an
I
example.
be doing, bro. But like I'm more
Give
like
us an
to listen to
example.
podcasts when I'm just chilling.
I'm a visual learner. Let me see.
I don't have no music playing. I'm not driving, bro. It's not the same.
You know what I'm saying? It's a
You don't have
vibe though.
nothing
It
to
is a
rack.
vibe. I get you.
You
It depends on my
don't have the
vibe.
danger- you
Like if I'm going
don't
on
have
a
the danger
long
factor.
drive, like a long drive, I would prefer to listen to a podcast. But like if
Yeah, I
I'm
get
going on
that.
like a 30-minute drive, like nah, I'm just gonna bump 10, like 7, 8 songs and be over with it.
See, like I'm the type of guy I'm gonna find like if I'm driving 30 minutes, I'm finding a 30-minute podcast. Like I'm not saying like I listen to music, like I do listen to music, but like especially like if there's a podcast like that I listen to and there's an episode of it out, I'm listening to that.
Nah, I
episode,
get what you're saying.
like
I get what you're
regardless.
saying.
Yeah,
I like
Regardless of
to
how far I
I
have to
like
go.
to watch podcasts personally. Like I like to see the podcast.
See, I can't watch podcasts, me personally, and I know that sounds crazy because we do a podcast
Yeah.
that you can watch, but
But I'd rather listen to.
but
though.
yeah,
I get what you're saying.
I like to. Yeah, and like I have like 3 different podcasts. Like I have a podcast that's like kind of a like that I really listen to. Like I have one that's like about life, like a life podcast. I have one that's about West Virginia sports that I listen to, and I have one that's about golf. That's like the 3 podcasts that I like rotate through. I listen to the Life one like it sounds crazy. I listen to the Life one like early in the week because you got to hype yourself up sometimes to get through the week,
I feel you.
and then like midweek I usually catch up on like West Virginia stuff, and then like later in the week I listen to like on my way to work tomorrow I'll listen to my golf podcast because there's a golf tournament going on this weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a rotation, but like I said, but I still do listen to me. I mean, you guys have rode with me. I do listen to music.
Yeah, like
Oh,
honestly,
yeah.
that's not. I'll do both, but like I just prefer. Like honestly, I feel more like how Zai said. Like if I'm driving back to Glenville, then like I'll throw a podcast on. But like if I'm
So like I know we are on a podcast, and it's kind of crazy to say this, but like what you guys is go like what do you guys listen to like as a podcast?
Rogan. I've been listening to Rogan for years.
Is that
I
the
even
only one
like
you
I
listen to?
watch
Just
him
Rogan?
too.
Rogan, Mallory Bros pod. They're called the Mallory Bros. They're two twins. They talk about movies and stuff, and they also talk about like real life shit too. You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of dope.
Mm.
Those are probably the only two that I watch. Sometimes I watch Bad Friends because it's just funny as fuck. But that's about it.
Haven't got on Theo yet. I listen to Theo occasionally.
Nah, I don't. I understand Theo's funny once in a while, but after a while, I kind of get annoyed by it.
His voice does get old after a while. I'll give you that.
Nah, not his voice. It's just like the
It wears me
humor.
out.
It's just not
No,
my
his
humor.
voice wears me out after a while. What about you, Ray? You just a Joe guy?
Yeah, I like Joe. I like to watch Joe though. Like that's what like
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's the one I watch. So,
because
yeah,
like they're
gotcha.
really just like they're just in there just chilling. Like I don't
Well,
know. This seems
also
like
it's
a cool
random people
environment.
too.
You said what?
I feel like it's always a new person. Like
Yeah,
it's
that's true.
never like
Mhm.
there's the next person that he takes on his podcast is usually never similar to the person that he took the day before, and it's like that's why I like it a lot because it's always different. Like he does have people that come back,
Yeah.
but
Do you guys don't like? Do you only listen to like the people that you know on Joe? Because me personally, that's what I do.
no, I listen to a lot of people that I don't know.
Yeah, because I'll do both, but I feel like you like because if you like that's your way to get to know that person. Like
Yeah,
if you don't,
exactly.
True.
That's what his podcast is. It's like basically making this person seem human to you, right?
Mhm.
That's why
His
you
podcast
yeah.
was cool with Elon.
Yeah. Well,
The
even
one with
like
Elon was
even his
good.
podcast with
Mhm.
Trump was cool because you got to see Trump as a human and not just as the
Mhm.
president for a second. You know what I mean? Even though he talked about a lot of political things, he was just being a human. You see what I'm saying? Like he's not
Right.
labeled. It's just Trump. It's just Donald Trump right there. It's not
Right.
the president Donald Trump.
I want to mention something, and Zai, if you think that we should shut it down, just say so. But I'm gonna say it. If you think we should shut it down, just shut it down. But have y'all seen what's going around with the HBCU band playing at Trump's inauguration?
Mm-mm.
Oh, y'all haven't seen it?
no.
Mm-mm.
So Mississippi Valley State got invited, like by Donald Trump personally, in a
Okay.
letter to come perform at the inauguration.
Mm-hmm.
Which instantly you're probably thinking right now, like that's crazy, like that's
Yeah.
cool as shit, right?
That's good. It's good. Yeah.
Dude, black people are hating on it because they think Trump is a racist, and they think the band should have denied the request because Trump is a racist.
What?
Yeah,
What are we talking? What are we talking
it's like
about?
bad. My point, it's like bad. Like there is people like on social media all over the place that like are hating on this band and like this university because they think that Trump is a racist and that they shouldn't go. Like hating on them, like death threats and shit. Like it's bad.
I mean, how would this is the man that sent you the invite, but
I'm over here thinking like,
that's what I was like. I was like, what? But
Exactly. And I don't know if y'all know this. Like he gave like all those grants and shit to HBCUs in his first term, and people are tripping about it. Like look at like whenever we get off this, look up on TikTok. Just look up HBCU band at inauguration and just watch 3 or 4 videos. People are tripping over this.
this is the thing, okay? Like this is gonna stay in the podcast, but okay, listen. I'm just saying, what we're saying is not disrespectful. Like, don't think that you're being disrespectful with what you're saying. You're speaking a truth, Mike. All right, listen. That people are just ignorant. Listen. But listen, some people are just ignorant on social media and stuff like that to reality.
Right.
No disrespect to those people, but that's just the reality of
Yeah.
your situation. If you think the man's a racist, I'm sorry, you're highly mistaken. They wouldn't let a racist man be the president of the United States. I'm sorry. He's
The
done
black vote
multiple
wouldn't have been
things
so
for
high
black
if it was
people
racist.
in his life. He's done a lot of things for black people in his life. He's not a racist man. Maybe he's an asshole, but he's not a racist man. Everybody that's an asshole isn't a racist man. Sorry. That's just the reality of life. If you don't like it, then I would probably not watch this podcast because I'm a real person. I'm not going to be ignorant about that.
Right. No, the reason that I said it just because we said
No,
originally.
no, no.
started
But
this, wasn't
I
to
was
talk
just
politics
clearing
and it's
up.
too political, but
Exactly. I
Yeah.
was clearing up the fact that we have the right to speak about things like that, and we should be allowed to
Right.
speak on freely about things like that. And if somebody doesn't
Mhm.
like our opinion, they have every right to not watch the podcast or listen to the podcast.
I just thought that was crazy though, man. Like
It is
for
crazy.
instance, like I
It's
like I put
delusional.
myself in their shoes. Like I put myself in their shoes. Like even if I'm not even if he was racist, but like even if he was racist, to get a chance to put your university on the map at the presidential inauguration, you are stupid not to think that is awesome for your university and for you as a human. Like that is the biggest stage you're ever going to get to perform on. That's bigger than like the Macy's Day Thanksgiving Parade, which is huge.
I was literally
Exactly.
gonna say the same thing.
I understand why people have a hate towards him. A lot of people have strong feelings towards politics. That should not be involved. That should not matter in this situation. Leave the
Yeah, like
politics out of it. Let's stop making politics such a big fucking thing. If you would disagree with somebody, you
Mhm.
disagree with him. Who gives a fuck? Okay?
Yep.
He's the president now. There's nothing you can do. It's over with. So let it go.
Yep.
That's my idea behind it, and I think that's how every adult should look at it.
Yeah.
If you don't look at it like that, then sorry, you're just ignorant to the
But
situation.
yeah,
You
Mike,
can't
that's
just
what
accept reality.
that goes back to the ignorance. Like some people can't even realize that like this is helping the university and stuff like that, and that this man took his
Right.
time to
Out of
pick
his
this
day.
venue.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Like he could have went anywhere else.
Yeah.
He could have went anywhere,
Right.
but he went to a
But, like, even, like,
HBCU.
the first video I saw about it was like a self-proclaimed, I guess you could say, big donor to the school, which you don't really know if they are, but they did have a hell of a following. So I mean, they could have been. And like they were in their house and their house was big. So maybe they were donors, or maybe they weren't. But like that donor was like, yeah, I'm never donating to this university again, like yada 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 yada, because they did it. It's just
You know what's
so
gonna be
fucking
funny?
crazy to me.
You know what's gonna be funny? Out of spite, because people are doing this, Donald Trump is okay. We know how he
want to
is.
give them more money.
Yeah, he's gonna give them
Yeah.
more money to compensate for what the fuck he was giving them. I guarantee he will,
Yeah.
and he might do it out of his own pocket. Because why are you doing that? Because it's
wild,
just
dude.
it's childish. That's what it is. It's childish.
Yep.
Just let the
And
man
like a
live.
lot of
It's
people are mad
okay.
because it's on Martin Luther King's birthday, I think, is the
Yeah,
20th,
it's
or
Martin Luther
birthday
King Day.
weekend, I think. Is it
Oh, is
Martin Luther
it?
King Day?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I just forget what day it
I'm
is. I
pretty
know
sure.
it's in I
But
know
I'm
it's
sure
in
they're
January, but I
gonna
forget.
do something about that. You know what I'm saying? Show love to Martin Luther,
It's
like
on the
Martin Luther
same day.
King,
Yeah,
is.
but that's more
It
like
is.
even for him to think
to
about
do
that.
that
So
on that day.
like, that could be a reason why
Mhm.
he went to the HBCU. Like,
Exactly.
Right. People, like we said, ignorant people are looking at it
Exactly.
like a disrespect
yeah,
to Martin Luther
that's what
King.
you're saying. Yeah.
This is my
Which
thing.
is so
You
crazy.
can't. But this is my thing. You can't say. You can't just say, okay, well, he's inviting them, and that's racist. Nothing racist has actually happened, so you can't say that. Now, if they're to
Right.
get there and they're disrespected, that's understandable. But you can't say that because nothing's happened racially. He went out of his way, like Tariq said, and found that school and was like, hey, can you guys come play? And it's Martin Luther King Day. Tariq might be right. That might be why.
Mhm.
That's not racist. That's just literally in
No, that's a
support.
tribute. That's a
Exactly.
tribute. Yeah.
That's a very high support and a very prestigious thing to do, especially on an inauguration day. Like, this will be on
Extremely
there
prestigious.
forever. You will be able to see this
Yeah.
everywhere forever. It's just people just trying to get big on social media. I'm gonna be honest.
That's what I was gonna say. It's more
This
people
is
looking
why
for
I
what-
do not like social media the way it is, because a lot of people understand that you can blow up off of fucking anything anymore. You can just go out and somebody could interview you on the street and you could be rich as fuck.
Right.
That's
Like I
not
don't want
okay.
to get I don't want to get too deep. I don't want to get too deep into the political weeds because we said we weren't going to do that. But I do want to ask you guys' opinion on this. Keep it short. I don't want to make this a long ass discussion. But why do we think that the media is like so liberal? Why is the liberal
Money,
media
bruh.
so loud?
It's not that
But
they're.
why isn't the Republican media that loud? Is what I don't understand. Like I can't wrap my head around why that is. You know,
um,
like that exactly. That's exactly. I think whenever like what you're
I
doing right now, like
think.
why is it? I don't get it.
I'm trying to think of why the real reason is because I've never thought about that.
Like why are they so damn? And I don't want to call them they. They're citizens. I'm
They're
friends with
great.
people
I know a
who
lot
it's
of
like I
people
don't.
that are
But like
liberals that are great people.
but there's like I'm friends with people who have liberal beliefs like there's people who have liberal beliefs that are still good people and still like have good morals. There's also stupid people that are liberals that have dumbass morals or no morals, just the same as there is Republicans that have no
Exactly.
morals or dumbass morals and are not very smart people. It balances itself out.
Yeah, exactly.
But like I said, I just can't fathom the fact of how they're so loud. And it's kind of like, and I'm not like, I want to make this very clear to the table for listeners. Like, I'm not taking shots at anybody here. Like, I'm not just sitting up here just spraying. But like, for instance, the LGBTQ community, right? Like, in the grand scheme of things, that is a very small collective of people. Like, in the grand scheme of the United States, that's a
Yeah,
very small group. How the hell are they so loud? Like, why do you
I
see it
think.
everywhere? I don't get
I
that.
think. Okay, so my thing about that, I think going off of what you said, the LGBTQ community. You see what I'm saying? They are a very strong and passionate community. Just like the Democratic Party or the Liberal Party or whatever you want to call it is very, very passionate about what they say and they're very like outspoken about what they say. A lot of Republican people are just more or less basing, I think,
Keeping to themselves type people.
respect like
Yeah.
thing. It's not like
Yeah.
I get it. It gets ugly when the race is going on, like they talk shit about each other. I get that, but usually when it's not like that, it's typically not that bad. Okay, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So what you're seeing is literally just a political race, and that's why it's always brought up. Because real life, think about it. When you really don't watch the news until something like this is going on, right?
True.
So
That is
that's
true.
why it seems like that. But like in reality, they are like both of them are very good news, them news things and stuff like that. Like they're all
Hmm.
great, but it's just it seems like they're louder because they're more outspoken about the things. It's
Yeah,
not
like
like
I think it's more
Right.
that they just want to be heard.
yeah, it's not
Right.
necessarily that they're louder. I think it's that they're just more outspoken about it. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Because obviously, like obviously there's more people who wanted Trump to be the president than there was that wanted her to be the
Well,
president. But like
potentially
on
yes.
the hell were they so damn loud throughout this whole process and like because like my thing is like if you looked at
I
social
think
media from July until literally election day, you would have thought Trump had absolutely zero chance to win the election. Kamala was going to win no matter what. Like you would have never known that from just somebody who just casually gets on social media. And I'm sure you
yeah.
can dig and find the other shit, you know what I'm saying? But just somebody like it just seems like it's in your face constantly. Do we think that's because like most of the big media companies are liberally owned? Like do we think that's got something to do with it?
Potentially yes, but I
Good.
think uh,
I think what if like okay, like what if someone has the opposite stand and they're seeing the other point of view. Like the point that
exactly.
you're not seeing, what if that's what they're seeing?
Where you're
Maybe
saying
just because
what if a
no, but maybe because you have the belief of more Republican beliefs and like against some of the liberal things that you don't believe in, those things are like popping out in your head more because
Yeah.
they're negatives instead of positives. You see what I'm saying?
yeah, that could be it too.
Also
I don't know.
the news is no disrespect to news channels. More or less they are a negative source of media.
Oh,
Mostly
absolutely they are.
most of the things that they speak about on a regular basis are a negative thing. like the weather and stuff like that, and the news about the schools and stuff that you're near, or like the city you're in. I get that, but like you're speaking about something negative every time you have a news
Mhm.
session.
Like, I just wonder, like, do we just think now it's just because like social media is so big? Because like like the first election that like I like really remember was Obama and Mitt Romney. Like that's the
Okay,
first election that I actually remember. Yeah, I
but I
don't
want to
remember at
explain it
any
to you
point.
though.
Like what I'm saying is like at any point, like I said, I know social media was not as big as it is now. Don't get me wrong, but I don't remember at any point like people going on social media or going anywhere or being on the news like slandering either candidate at that time. Like literally, like if you go on like no disrespect to CNN, but if you went on CNN, they slander the shit out of Donald Trump. And if you go on Fox News, they slander the shit out of Kamala Harris. I don't think it's right for either. You know what I'm saying?
You okay? So I can explain why. Ever since Obama became president, the news media kind of made a switch. They started to allow people to speak openly about how they feel about racism a little bit more. Okay,
Mhm.
because race is a thing. Now Trump came along in 2016, right?
Mhm.
Everybody thought he was a racist. That's why it seems more loud, because racism is ridiculously negative. You see what I'm saying?
Right. So let me ask you this though: if Hillary Clinton would have won the 2016 election, would she have been labeled a racist?
Bah,
You know
maybe
what I'm
not.
saying? Like, is it just because a white person followed up a black president? You know what I'm saying? Or
No,
was it
no, no, no,
because
no,
he was from a
no, no,
different
no, 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 no. The reason that people started to think that was because Donald Trump is actually like, I don't want to call him an asshole because I don't know the guy, but he's like very like stern on what
Oh,
the hell he
yeah,
says, right? Because I feel bad for calling him an
businessman.
asshole
He's a
thinking about it,
businessman.
right? Yeah, like he's just very
He's
stern
a
and very
businessman.
confident in what he says. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't think it's
Right.
yeah, he's not an asshole, but he comes off as an asshole. You see what I'm saying? But he's
Right.
really
I guess
not.
he's like the first person. Like he's like the first president in like modern time that's like is not like a people pleaser. Like
Yeah,
he's
but
here to
they
do the
they
job,
they
whether you like it or not.
equated
He's
him
gonna do the
being
job.
that way. People equated him being
Right.
that way to racism, and it really wasn't. Like I get it, he might have racist intentions, but okay, bro, how can you escape that? I mean, you're literally nitpicking every fucking thing he does. It's not
Hmm.
that he's doing it intentionally. You're just taking it as racism. You see what I'm saying? If he was
Right.
intentionally saying some racist shit or doing something that could be conceived as racist, that would be understandable. But he's not actually doing that because there's not enough evidence for him to be racist. Because most of the
Right.
things, when they, most of the things on the media, they were cutting out key parts to what he was saying. They were also doing that to Kamala. I'm not going to
Right.
say they weren't because they made Kamala look crazy on the Republican
Right.
side.
But
I saw
you,
both
but
sides
you
because
didn't.
I was invested. Yeah, no. But no,
You
listen, I'm
saw
speaking
one
from
more
my
Trump getting
perspective, right?
slandered than Kamala. Yeah.
Yeah. But like my perspective, the only reason it felt like Donald Trump was being slandered more is because he had a title of racism on top of him. She didn't really have
Hmm.
anything negative towards her other than the fact that they didn't really believe in what she said. A lot of people didn't like the fact that she didn't really do much while she was a vice president. And
Hmm.
a lot of people had the gripe that she shouldn't even have been the person to be able to run for president. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because it
Which
was
is
kind of
true
a
if
quick,
you
yeah.
really think about it.
I don't want
Yeah.
to get into that because I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know the information about it,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying like
Hmm.
I don't. That's what a lot of people don't like about it. So I'm just saying
Right.
I saw both sides because I was invested because I was kind of torn at one point who I was gonna vote for. I'll be honest, because
Hmm.
I'm an independent person. I don't pick no sides. I like to look through the things and figure out who I want to vote for. Actually,
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, you.
but
No, we're
that's
not gonna
why
turn this into
though.
a political podcast. Yeah.
But I'm saying racism skyrocketed in the media after Obama became president, and you could look it
Right.
up. You can look up like statistics on it and everything.
Yeah.
More things came out with the news headlines about people being racist and doing racist actions, and Trump was a racist in 2016 and now he's a racist again this year. Like
Right.
I don't, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. I don't understand
Because
it.
like you said, the Mitt
But
Romney thing, I don't remember anything being negative, but I know they do that shit. Like everybody does it. They do
right.
slander the
But
person.
not.
Not to
But
that
not as
extent though.
crazy as it's
Yeah, not
been.
to
Yeah.
that extent. Not to that extent. I understand what you're saying.
like they would like Trump would say like a paragraph about something that said something like say in the middle of it it said like black people and then like something negative after it. But it was like if you listen to the whole thing, like he's explaining
Exactly.
like
That's what I was saying.
say a struggle. Yeah. Like it was just all
But
messed
they
up.
did that on
anyways,
both sides. But they did it on both sides. I saw it. I'm just telling you for what
Yeah.
I've saw. They've done it on both sides. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a game. It's a
Mhm.
game. It's literally a game.
It's a chess
It's a
match.
competition.
It's definitely a chess match.
Pretty much. And unfortunately, it's fled onto social media because that's how everybody gets their news now. You would have never
Indeed.
seen it if social media doesn't fucking exist. But anyways, I'm done with political stuff. If you listen to the Table for podcast, you know that was an anomaly that we just talked about that because we never talk about that shit, and we probably will never talk about that shit again if I'm being honest with you. So if this is the first episode that you've ever listened to and you think this is a political podcast, you are in the wrong place, my friend. But anyways, it's about time to call for the waiter. Again, we want to shout out to the sponsor, the Flower Shop, for all your baking needs and things like that. Cakes, cookies, whatever you're looking for. As you can see on the screen, everything looks great. Hit them up on Instagram, the Flower Shop 2022 or 2024. I'm sorry, and on email them for all your inquiries about if you want to get something, if you want to order stuff, things like that at theflowershop2024@gmail.com. Appreciate everybody for listening. You guys got anything?
Hey man, good luck fishing, fellas. I just want to say it now.
Yep.
Good luck
Good
to you
luck.
as well, man.
Yep. Good luck to you as well. We'll see. Hopefully, we'll see some
Out
fish
there
pictures on
trying to
the.
win.
We
Yep.
might have to
Hopefully,
put
we'll
some
see some
fish
fish
pictures
on the
podcast.
table for four. Yep. For sure. Anyways, peace, love, shout out, everybody. Prayers to the people in New Orleans that are dealing with that stuff.
Yes, for
Prayers
real.
to whatever happened in Vegas and things like that. Other than that, for Mike, for Zai, for Reek, we'll see y'all Monday. Peace.
See you later, bro.